Hi everybody, my name is Mike Tomorrow and I do want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. As you may notice, this past weekend, Comedy Central did a special program called The Night of Too Many Stars. America Comes Together for Autism Programs. Now what that is it was a comedy show based on like comedy to raise money for autism programs. And I watched part of it. I did see most of it actually. And some of the jokes were funny. But I do need to warn you, if you ever do see the program again, or if it ever comes online or whatever, some of the jokes that are told, there is language, so you need to watch what your children do see on there. They do bleep out the words, the bad words, but still, it might not be something for the children to watch. But I felt that the Night of Too Many Stars was a great fundraiser for autism and the autism community. There needs to be more fundraisers like that on national TV for autism and Asperger's and all that. Because there are many of us that are on the spectrum or have to deal with somebody that in the family or a friend that has autism or Asperger's, and we need to try to help them out. Like, people help me out all the time, but I'm just saying, we do need to spread awareness, because if we don't spread awareness, then the 1 in 88, it's going to grow to it's going to rise to 1 in 80, 1 in 70, 1 in 60, 1 in 50. And I don't want that to happen. We need to find research for autism and why it happens. And I think the Night of Too Many Stars did that, but on a joke kind of thing, made us laugh, I do enjoy watching people having fun and telling jokes and making everybody laugh, whether it was an audience or me watching it on TV personally, It was a great program. It was hosted by Jon Stewart, who does The Daily Show with Jon Stewart on Comedy Central every night. And some of the stars that were there were Hannibal Buress, Bill Barr, or Bill Burr, I don't know how you say his name, I'm so sorry, Andy Cohen, Stephen Colbert, who does the Colbert Reports every night on the Comedy Central, Tina Fey, Tom Hanks, yes, that Tom Hanks who does the voice of Woody on Toy Story, and I had to bring that up because I do work at Pizza Planet. So. But anyways, Carly Rae Jepsen, Jimmy Kimmel, who hosts Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC, Penn Jillette, who is a magician with Penn and Teller, Hoda Cobb, I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'm so sorry. She's a host on the Today Show with Kathy Lee Gifford on NBC. Chris Matthews, who's the host of Hardball on MSNBC and the Chris Matthews shows on NBC. Then you have Jack McBrayer, Tracy Morgan, Katy Perry, who is a singer, and she had a few number one hits. Bill O'Reilly, who is the host of the Factor with Bill. Let me say that again. The Factor with Bill O'Reilly on Fox News Channel. They have Questlove, Amy Poehler, who's on Parks and Recreation, Jerry Seinfeld, who is a comedian who resides in New York City, who had his own show on NBC in the 90s, Bob Saget, you might know him as the host of America's Funniest Home Videos, and Danny Tanner on Full House, and he was a host of the 1 versus 100 on NBC, but he is also a comedian, so it was good to see him. Lara Spencer, who is the lifestyle anchor on Good Morning America on ABC in March of 2011. Kenan Thompson, who is on Saturday Night Live, and he had his own show when he was a teenager called Kenan and Kel. Meredith Vieira, who is the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, since the syndicated version hit the TV in 2002, and she was also a former host of the Today Show. Then you have Allison Williams, and speaking of Williams, we also have Wendy Williams, who has her own syndicated program called The Wendy Williams Show. So basically you had a lot of great stars there, you know? And there was also other things that were going on in the show. You know? You had Katy Perry, who sung the song Fireworks, with one of the people. They had Celebrity Auctions, which was about what would they do, well, what would you bid and all that. What would you bid, and if they reach a certain limit, would they do the stunt, you know? Or what would you do? You know? But that was fun. And there was this one basketball player there who was going to put a tattoo of either Betty White, a chickmunk, or whatever else, if he got the money and or whatever, and the viewers decided who would do that. It was Betty White, the Jurassic Chickmunk, or Yakov Smirnoff. The tattoo would be temporary, but if we raised the money in time, then Duran Williams has pledged to wear it during the Nets opening night at the Barclays Center on November 1st. And it's going to be the very first game of the Brooklyn Nets. So, and then you had Conan O'Brien, who would do his show in a tanning bed. You know? And Conan O'Brien said that if they raised $100,000 to raise autism programs, he would spray tan his pasty white skin a golden orange and put his hair in cornrows and tape the entire episode of Conan. And the thing was, he had to do it, the fundraising had to be done by Sunday. So, alright. Here's the other stars that they didn't list. If I can get the other stars that were not listed. Because I know I said all the stars, but there was more, and they didn't say all the stars on there on the list. But there was other stars that were on the show. And I feel that if this show goes online, you know, this would be a great cause for people to watch, you know. I know October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but understand this. Autism is something that we have to figure out. Autism is something, why does it happen? And this is a great break from that. Some of the other stars that were on there were Fred Armisen, Ed Asner, Samantha Bee, Matthew Broderick, Louis C.K., Dane Cook, Jennifer Farley, Bill Hader, Sammy Ganosha, Tommy Hilfiger, Jason Jones, Seth Meyers, Julia Moore, Tom Morello, John Oliver, Al Pacino, Seth Rogen, Sting, Jason Sudeikis, Triumph, the Insult Comic Dog. So those were the other ones that were on that show too, or that were scheduled to appear on that show. But yeah, I had a fun time watching it. Like I said, it made me laugh. It was a great break on not worrying about my life and not worrying about autism and laughing a little bit and raising money for autism programs, and to help find research for it. Like, because we all need to find the answers for it, Autism is something that will not go away, obviously. It's a rising epidemic here. So, all the help that we can get, raising money, and all the help that the celebrities can help, and people like you and me can do, then we can find the reasoning why we have autism in this world, Why is it happening? And if more people help us out, then we're going to have a lot more supporters, People in my life, in my camping club, even at my work, have supported me in my mission for autism and helping find the research for it or helping find out why it happens. And they also support me going out to all the walks in this great state of Florida to ask the families and meet new friends and tell them about my story and for me to listen to their story, I really do appreciate all the people that I meet. And I continue doing this because I want to meet more people, That's why I go to all the walks across the state of Florida that I can. I'm hoping that one of these days I can go across the country and do the same thing and meet people from all over the world. And all over the country, actually. Because there are a lot of stories to tell. And if they don't hear them, then, what's going to happen? And we got to find the right people to tell them too. Though I know that everybody can listen to a great story. Anyways, I hope that this night of Too Many Stars, America Comes Together for Autism Programs, I hope it continues on again next year and the year after and the year after and the year after. Because it deserves the support, I think Comedy Central did a great thing. Jon Stewart deserves the credit for being the host of the show. And so does all the other stars that were on it. Like Bob Saget, Tom Hanks, Stephen Colbert. All of them deserve credit too for being on that show. Because without them, then none of this would have happened, So I want to give a huge thanks to Comedy Central for doing this. I want to give a huge thanks to Jon Stewart for being the host. I want to give a huge thanks to Bob Saget and Tom Hanks and Katy Perry and Meredith Vieira and Kenan Thompson and so on, Jerry Seinfeld, you know what I mean. Everybody that had appeared on that show. And all the comedians that went on to tell their jokes and all. I'm very thankful that you did that. I want to thank you personally for coming on and doing it and raising money for autism programs. I want to thank you. Because, you know, without you, I don't know how life would be, you know. I know I'm not a good comedian, but you know, I can tell some good jokes if I had the chance to. If I learned some, you know. But you never know. So, but I do these videos because I do want to tell my story and get my story across, you know. And doing the topic of the night of too many stars and comparing it to how I do my videos and all that is a great thing for me. So, I do hope this continues on for years to come. And I do hope that there are more programs like that for years to come, you know? People would love to see programs like that, you know? But anyways, I think my time is up. So, I wish you guys all a good day. And I hope to see you guys again on another video. So, talk to everybody later, okay?